All right, so today is gonna be a fun one, kind of day in the life kind of video. So I'm waiting on my buddy, a friend of mine, actually a client, technically speaking. Brother Wade's gonna be picking me up here at my house, so we're gonna go all the way from Decatur all the way out to Electra, just west of Wichita Falls. I'm gonna go check out some properties out there. Gonna be looking to see if we can't get him into his first fix and rent, fix and hold property for him. So if you're looking for a good investor agent out there that understands what a buy box is, how to help you find those properties, and how to hunt down the owners and non-responsive agents, which is what we went through on this one, stay tuned. We're going to show you the day in the life here as a investor agent working with investors, and we're going to go tour a property and go do some work, get some money. All right, Brother Wade, what got you interested in real estate investing?
What really got me interested is I think there's a good future, of course, in real estate, but my line of work can be applied to what I see as a good investment. So that's kind of how I'm drawn into it. And, also, I want to be able to provide good living conditions for people that rent.
Okay. Very good. And yeah, because a lot of folks try to jump into it, they're not sure where to start. So using the skill set that you already have developed is your cheat code to getting started. Just pick whatever you're good at currently and just use that to multiply your efforts.
Yeah.
So what's your end goal for, at least for the properties that we're currently looking at? Is it's cash flow, long-term equity build? Is just building the portfolio for long-term? What's your end game here?
Yeah, I think the end game, I guess, is to get me to the end. and what I mean by that, I'll probably be one of those men that doesn't retire. I want to continue to work, and as I've said, my line of work, I enjoy what I do, and this is going to lead me into retirement, essentially. I don't want to be overwhelmed, of course, by maybe having too many homes to juggle with, but that's kind of the goal, is to get me to retirement and keep me busy through retirement.
Yeah. Whenever I'm not busy, I get in trouble.
Oh yeah.
Good to always be working on something, always pushing to expand. So right now we're actually heading out towards like Wichita Falls and some of the surrounding towns. Is there any particular reason why you chose this area as part of your buy box?
Yeah, it was more to do with finances, actually. I do not like debt, and this provides me a better opportunity to pay cash for properties. And right now I'm just looking to get my foot in the door to kind of get the ball rolling, and hopefully not having debt, getting my foot in the door will allow me to get the cash flow a little bit, not as much, but get it flowing.
Sure. Yeah.
It's a slow process, and I'm praying for patience in this endeavor.
Well, I was about to say, because a lot of folks get impatient. They go in, try to over leverage debt to try and solve all their problems, to try and move too quickly, especially newer investors, and then they get stuck with the debt and they can't, there's not enough wiggle room to liquidate and get out. So if you're watching this and you're kind of risk adverse, you're not all into taking on over leveraging or wanting to play it a little bit safer, you might, depends on the deal, but you might sacrifice a little bit of the profit margin, but there is a little bit more security in it, especially if you got the cash laying around and you're okay with the holding costs for like the taxes like we were talking about on some of these properties. But you got to take a look at your finances and business plan to make the determination on what's going to be okay for you and your family. And just because some guru on the internet tells you to go and get the big jumbo loan and try and go all in on some giant portfolio, I mean, take a chill pill and figure out what's right for you. in your business plan. Coming out of this, or going into this first deal rather, what are you hoping to learn while working towards your first investment property?
I guess just, and it's such a small investment, by the way, kind of the basics. I've owned a home before, but I've not invested in a property that I'm not going to live in. But I think just the basics of how to enter in. And you had mentioned before that about people taking risk. I'm not much of a risk taker. That's probably why I'm going this route. I like to stay in my own little safe zone.
Right.
But for me, this first endeavor, I'm trying to learn, gain a little bit more knowledge about how this, could lead to greater things.
Yeah.
It's a small step. It's a small step.
We're not looking for a grand slam. We're just wanting to get on first base.
Yeah, just trying to get on first base and learn.
And then the last question I really had for just riding in the car was, are there any fears or reservations that you might have with going into your first rental property?
The only reservation or the only drawback in my mind would be getting in over my head.
Yeah.
But with that said, that's why I'm only making a small investment.
Right.
That's why we're going up here to see if it's within my scope of knowledge of the work that I do. There are some things, for example, if there are foundational issues, we're not going to go there. If there's any type of structural issue, I don't think I'm willing to deal with anything like that. So the main apprehension that would keep me from anything is, or the main fear, I guess, is getting in over my head. But with such a small investment, I think we're going to be okay.
Yeah, I think so too. All right, well then the next shot we'll jump back in once we're at the property. We'll kind of narrate what we see and figure out, whether the properties we look at today fit the bill or not. All right? Sound good?
Yep.
All righty. See y'all there.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
the whole thing's on bricks.
Whole thing's on bricks.
The whole thing.
I think we halfway expected that, though. What's your initial thoughts? Whose backyard is this? I can't tell where the property line is. That's another issue. Find the... So there's no fence here. It's almost like the neighbor kind of...
Does look like there's a storm shelter here.
A storm shelter out back.
I would say the property line is probably that fence.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see that fence there.
It's kind of not.
Try not to film.
There's a brick wall back there, right?
Yeah. Take a look back here.
All of this?
I like that storm shelter though.
No. Pretty solid, isn't it?
Yeah.
Dig at it. Hey, I'll just pay $6,000 for the storm shelter and I'll have a haul back to Keller.
Yeah.
I like this I'm afraid those shingles are off that house. Or that house. I like this, believe it or not.
Little backyard wall.
Yeah. So I'd say the property line is
Probably just this
straight down
back
the
here.
fence,
Yeah. Because I think this outbuilding right here is the neighbors,
Yeah.
like a workshop or something, garage. Okay.
What could cause issue? You'll see these trees.
Yeah, you had to trim that joker up.
Well, they'd be gone.
Well, he's dead. That
I
tree's
know.
dead.
What's blooming? Some of it.
Oh, okay. I see some up there, but
I'd have to get rid of them.
yeah, probably.
That house is.
That's the foreclosed one right there.
That should be condemned.
Did you hear that thump?
Something in there, is it?
I don't know. I'm about to find out. I heard the thumping. No. What is my camera doing? Huh?
Don't come over here. So there's a real bad thing. It's infested with bees.
Are you serious?
Yep.
Here, I'm gonna let you. Oh, never mind. Oh, nope, forget that. I saw. I don't know if the camera saw it, but I. All right, so you got an infestation.
Those are honeybees.
Did you bring a level tool to check inside the house?
I didn't. The bees are definitely going to be an issue.
Yeah. There are some.
I can't. The thing is, I can't tell. Yeah, they're definitely going inside. There's a small hole, probably about the size of a dime.
Yeah.
They're flying in and out of it.
Okay. Not sure if my mic picked it up or not, but there's a hole over there the bees are going into. They're clearly going inside the house. So,
Or at least in the wall.
major issue number 1 is a bee infestation.
Yeah.
We can go back around front. I've got the code to the thing. We'll turn off the camera and we can go inside.
Good kid.
All right, what'd you say earlier? We came, we saw, we left.
Yeah, we came, we saw, we left. Oh, we got to go over to that building over there.
Obviously not going to disclose the property or anything like that, but a little bit rougher in what it entails. So some of the things we saw was like a bee infestation. That's a kind of a rough no-go. Don't want to have to deal with that. It's not on blocks, it's on bricks.
Yeah.
House was built in like 1935 or something like it. It's old school. Couldn't find central air and heat. Couldn't figure that out. I think you said it had it listed as a perk on the property, but we couldn't find any sign of it. There were some other things inside the house, a little more sensitive information. I'm not going to worry about going into, but you get into some older homes that squatters and everyone else can still get access to. You're going to deal with some cleanup that you may not be equipped to deal with. Not saying you're not equipped to deal with it. You're more than capable of dealing with it. Just other folks may not want to put up with that stuff, and I think that for a first rental property, you probably don't want to put up with certain things, right?
No.
So due to the conditions and some of the property, we don't want to deal with some of that. But here in Electra, Texas, man, there's some cool old buildings in some of these old Texas towns. I love seeing all these historical buildings. Super cool. Sad to see pieces of history like this, but sometimes it just is what it is. But look at that.
It has no label up top, does it?
I don't see any writing on the building that would indicate what it used to be. I'm sure I could look it up, but yeah, I can just imagine how beautiful that once was. But
it's just it's turned into a ghost town.
Yeah. Once was a boom town due to oil. Now is a ghost town because industry has left. Not sure if it's because they ran out of oil for where they were drilling or what, but it was like, what'd you say, 2,100 people here in Electra? It's definitely a smaller
Right
town.
now, yeah, about 2,100.
So
Newspaper.
that is one of the downsides of looking at some of these smaller towns. You know, if it were to start growing, you know, you could definitely make some good money on the long term playing for equity gain, but the town ain't growing. Old theater. It's pretty cool, man. Love these old towns, though. Love these old towns.
Brick Street.
So what's our next step? Since obviously the first property we looked at is a no-go. Obviously, it's not for anyone watching. Just because you walk into your first property, you start looking at a few, it might be a while before you actually get serious, or find something that you feel like you can handle. So what's your next steps, Brother Wade? What we giving up?
Oh, absolutely not. You just you got to keep looking, and like this is you have hope when you first go into it. I still have hope. It's not much of a letdown, but the learning is, especially seeing the neighborhood, you kind of get a better idea of why the property is cheaper than most. One, the economy, of course, but
yeah,
in that case, it may have been the neighborhood. But we'll just press on and see what's next.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. Well, this has been a fun little recording session. Just kind of doing a day in the lifestyle vlog, checking out some different properties, helping Brother Wade get into his first investment property. We're going to keep doing some videos and keep looking around for them, and Lord willing, we'll get something good and make some money.
Oh yeah,
yes
it'll
sir.
happen.
Yes sir. All right. Well, thank y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll see y'all in the next one.